Today I fucked up, and now I have a medical cup with 3-4 inches of umbilical cord in my fridge. So obligatory, this happened last week. Last Thursday my son was born. This is my second child, and I have been so excited to meet him. When he was born, at least where I'm located in the US, what they do is cut the cord, then ask the father to come over to cut off a section of cord left on the belly button. After a few minutes of soaking in my son, helping my wife do the same while they put her back together, she had a C-section, and whatnot, I turned to the nurse that had actually helped me cut the cord. Me. Hey, can I have that section of umbilical cord we cut off? Nurse. That goes off for analysis. Would you like me to cut some extra? Me oblivious, that'd be great, yes please. She comes back a minute later with a medical cup containing the bit of umbilical cord, hands it to me, and all is well. After another half hour or so, we're being brought back, we're just hanging out, and I have the cup of umbilical cord just sitting on the counter at the moment. A little later, my wife's friend is by, and I very proudly showed her the cup of umbilical cord. She looked slightly confused and grossed out and asked me why I had this. This is where I tell her that, of course, I wanted to keep a hold of it, just like we did with my daughter. My wife burst out laughing, and after I asked why, she explained that all we kept was the bit that fell off the belly button once it dries up. I can only try to describe to you the combination of confusion, recognition, and embarrassment I felt. Of course that's what we did. I remembered this. And I asked a poor nurse to just cut me off a little extra, for no reason. To the nurse's credit, she was incredibly professional about the situation and never made me feel weird about the request. My wife also found it really funny and kind of sweet. When I asked why in the world she didn't ask the reasoning behind my request, she explained that she knows how I am. I like collecting things like animal skulls, and honestly just didn't really question it. Now I just have a container with a section of umbilical cord in it, sitting next to my eggs, that I don't know quite what to do with. Too long did not read. I forgot that you only keep the bit of umbilical cord that falls off the belly button after a baby is born, so instead asked a nurse to just cut me off some extra, and now it's sitting in my fridge. Burying a placenta under a tree is a custom found in various cultures, such as Maori, Luo, and some Caribbean cultures, to create a spiritual bond between the child, the land, and their ancestors, or to symbolize prosperity and future nourishment for the child. Maybe you could bury the piece of umbilical cord instead. Put it in the freezer until you figure out what to do with it, it'll last much longer. But yeah, my umbilical cord was buried under a tree by my godmother. She even wrote a poem and framed it about my special spirit friend, the weeping willow. I'm 42 now, and it's still something I treasure. My brother's godparents also picked trees for them and buried their umbilical cords under them. Oaken Beach, IRC. Don't forget it in the freezer, though, lol. When we were cleaning out my parents' house for them to move in with Grandma and take care of her, we found my nephew's umbilical cord still in the freezer. He was, I think, 7 years old at that point. Poor child's spirit friend was Maytag, lol. My daughter's belly button cord nub fell off when I was changing her diaper, onto the floor, and the dog immediately ate it. In Chinese, and the more spiritual people here believe that if you keep pieces of their first haircut, first nail trim, and the umbilical cord, if anyone hexes your child, those parts can be used to reverse the hex. So you're just missing the first nail clipping and first haircut, haha. I'm a NICU RN. I would suggest leaving the cord segment exposed to air so that it will dry. If kept sealed, it will turn into an ungodly umbilical cord soup. Found that out by accident when I found a piece of cord tucked away in a sealed plastic container. A coworker put it away to save for the baby's parents at their request. She probably just thought you needed a quick snack.